how to develop social skills as an introvert. I think a lot of times in society we look at introverts and say, hey, you're just gonna have a lower lot in life. You're just not gonna be able to attract the best relationships, partners, friends. You're not gonna have the most success in business or asserting yourself in life, and you're probably gonna be insecure and not as comfortable with yourself. And I think that it's understandable how our society comes to this conclusion, because that often is the case for introverts. But in this video, I'm gonna give you guys 3 pillars. I'm gonna basically share with you guys how you can go from having maybe not the best social skills as an introvert to becoming very successful socially, so you can really live the best life possible. And this is coming from someone who grew up, I was totally introverted, I'm still introverted, and you don't have to change and become extroverted, but I learned better social skills. The first step for the journey of developing your social skills is interrupting strangers. Getting in high pressure social situations on a consistent basis. The second one is raising your self-esteem. And the third is developing the habit of consistently overcoming fear. And this could honestly be a 20-part video series or an entire book. So we're just gonna scratch the surface here. But the first step is interrupting strangers, approaching strangers. And it sounds kind of extreme, but it's pretty simple. What I discovered is that humans, we have like kind of this biological nature that kicks in when you get approached by a stranger. And it's because we come from 150-person tribes like millions of years ago, where if you meet someone who's a stranger, meaning that they're outside of your tribe, your brain instantly kicks in and starts scanning them to understand, are they a friend or a foe, an enemy, or are they trying to sell you something? What's going on? And when you approach a stranger, you're basically flexing your social muscles in building them over time, because you're put into this high pressure social situation where it's kind of sink or swim, win or fail, and you have to basically show up and be confronted in that social interaction. And I actually took this to the next level. I ended up really making this my job. So I did door-to-door sales for 2 years, where I was knocking doors 6 days a week, cold calling on people, interrupting them, and trying to sell them an expensive product. And what comes out of this, I think if you think about social skills and think like, okay, what actually are social skills? What does it mean when someone has a high quality social skills? And really, it's the ability to read social cues. So it's being socially aware and being able to tell what someone is thinking, feeling, not from the words that are coming out of their mouth, but from the energy of the environment. And women are typically much better at this than men. And I know for myself, when I started doing door-to-door sales, I was blown away when I reached the point where I could start to tell if people were telling the truth or if they were lying. And that like completely blew my mind, because when I was younger, I couldn't really read social cues as well. So I think that my action step for you would be to get a job, if you can, where you're approaching loads of strangers, or where you're having to interact with new people on a consistent basis. And if you can't get a job, if you work in computer programming or something where you're by yourself most of the time, I would recommend outside of your job to really push yourself to say hello to everyone that you pass, to smile at people, to engage with everyone you come across with, to basically build your social muscles. The next step is developing a higher self-esteem. What is self-esteem? Self-esteem is essentially how much you like and respect yourself. It's how much you love and accept yourself, and it's how much you understand and have compassion for yourself. The higher your self-esteem, really the happier you are in life, but it also leads to much better social skills. And a personal story related to this was I had pretty decent social skills when I was younger, and when I was a teenager, I developed a chronic acne condition, which I've talked about in other videos, and I basically lost all confidence and desire to talk to people. And so I ended up going on this deep journey where I discovered fruits, detoxification, raw foods, and I was able to not only clear my skin, but it also raised my self-esteem dramatically, because I was taking such good care of myself and putting so much self-love and acceptance into myself. And when I came out of it, my social skills didn't even improve that much. I mean, I was still a teenager, but what I found was the way that people treated me was completely different. The quality of friends, the quality of girls that were interested in me, just the quality of interactions that I had improved so much because I liked and respect myself so much more. And a great example is basically one of my favorite quotes is, people always take you at your own self-assessment. So we're always telling people who and what we are. And it's not the words that we're speaking, it's really the body language, it's really the underlying, everything beneath the words. We're always teaching people who we are. And it's like if you get approached by a homeless person and they're asking for money or cigarettes or something, before they even say the words that are coming out of their mouth, you can kind of just tell that they're asking to take rather than give. But on the other hand, if you get approached by an individual who has high self-esteem, oftentimes you'll stop dead in your tracks and you'll say, wait a second, this person has something important to tell me. And so developing your self-esteem also means that you tend to attract and to get into relationships with people who have a similar level of self-esteem. So if you raise your self-esteem, you're gonna end up attracting higher quality partners, friends, business relationships, and everything. So I can't really go into how to build your self-esteem in this video, but my biggest recommendation would be to pick up a book by Louise Hay. And I'll link below, You Can Heal Your Life. And that is one of the best ways to raise your self-esteem, is to check out her work, and it's a good way to do that. So the next step, the last step, is developing the habit of consistently overcoming fear. I've talked about this in other videos, but one of the best ways really to achieve any of your goals is to learn how to overcome fear, because anytime you're trying something new, anytime you need to approach someone, anytime you need to do anything to accomplish any goal, you're always going to be scared. And the best way that I learned how to overcome fear was through meditation. And the reason being that in meditation, you learn how to tap into your body and you learn about physical sensations and how they relate to emotions. And you discover that fear, what is fear? Fear is actually an uncomfortable sensation that we're feeling in our body that we're resisting. So if you need to approach someone for a business deal, if you're doing a cold call, or if you need to approach someone that you're interested in romantically, you're always going to feel fear. But the key is learning how to relax into your body, to feel the sensations that are uncomfortable and that you're resisting, and to take action anyways. So it's kind of like jumping in cold water or ripping a Band-Aid off. You know that it's gonna suck, but you just take action in spite of that. So you feel the fear and take action anyways. I think there's a book with the same title. So if you guys want to go deeper with personal one-on-one coaching than this video, then email me below at inspiredImprovement@gmail.com and we can set up a Skype session. And I hope you guys like this video. Definitely comment below with the best things you've done to improve your social skills as an introvert. And if you're not subscribed to the channel, for sure hit subscribe. I usually make videos on wellness, minimalism, meditation, spirituality. So if you like those subjects, hit the subscribe button and I'll see you guys next week. Ciao.